back for another review. Now before I begin, please consider subscribing and helping the channel in that way. This is a very young channel, trying to get it off the ground. I've got a lot of good ideas. Obviously it's in its fledgling stages and I want to try and grow it. I'm doing this for no other reason than a bit of fun, because you know, I like to talk about what I like to talk about. So I thought I'd share my thoughts with everyone out there. So please hit that subscribe button and yeah. So let's begin. So I wasn't very fast coming with this one, but I'm gonna review, give you my thoughts on the new film Fast 9, F9, Fast Saga, or Fast and Furious 9. I don't know what it's called. It's the 10th film in the Fast and Furious franchise, but it's the 9th film in the saga, because Hobbs and Shaw was an aside. But yeah, so this film came out about a month ago, I believe. It's rated 12A in the cinemas. It runs at 2 hours and 23 minutes and is directed by Justin Lin. Now, Justin Lin has directed a lot of the other Fast films, Tokyo Drift, Fast and Furious. Is that the 5th one? I don't know. Who can keep up? No, it ain't the 5th one, is it? I don't know. Anyway, Fast and Furious 6. He's directed a few of them. He's directed 4 of them, I believe. But yeah, this being his 5th. I may be wrong. I don't know. I don't care. He's also directed the last Star Trek film, Star Trek Beyond. There you go. So, the film obviously stars Vin Diesel as Dom, doing his best one-face performance all the way through. Yeah. Michelle Rodriguez returns as Letty. Jordana Brewster returns as Dom's sister, Mia. We see the return of Tyrese Gibson as Roman and Ludacris, who's got quite an apt name for starring in such a ludicrous film. Charlize Theron returns. You've got John Cena as Jacob, Dom's brother. Sung Kong returns as Han. I believe last time we saw him was in a fiery explosion in Fast and Furious 3, Tokyo Drift. Helen Mirren shows up. She's been in them previously. She was in Hobbs and Shaw, I believe. They're all mixed in my mind. And Kurt Russell pops up in a small role. So yeah, the film has done very well. It was delayed because it is a pandemic film. In America, domestically, it's made 168 million. But worldwide, it has gone on to make 626 million. Obviously, some of the other films have made far more than that. They've hit the $1 billion mark. But considering we're coming out of the pandemic, hopefully, and you know, this is out in the cinema when a lot of people aren't really going to the cinema. 626 million is a very good amount, and it will see a return on the film for the studio. So the plot for the film is, you know, goes something like this: Dom and crew must take on an international terrorist who turns out to be Dom and Mia's estranged brother. This is a brother that we've never heard of before. Yeah, so nothing like family, is there? So yeah, but let's get into the film itself, shall we? Okay, so I don't know where to begin. Now, my history with these films, I wasn't a fan of the Fast and Furious films. I saw the first one, I saw the second one, I saw the third one. I'm not really into films about street racing and heists and this sort of stuff. Obviously, the first one was just a cheap carbon copy of Point Break, which is a film, again, that I don't particularly enjoy. So I wasn't really into them. I got into them later on when they become silly fun. When you started getting Dwayne Johnson into it and all these other famous actors, and the film just you know, they just went sort of balls to the wall nonsense, right? And that sort of stuff I can take. The first few films, not so much. Hobbs and Shaw I thought was fantastic. Yeah, so I've seen the films, each film probably once. Hobbs and Shaw I've seen a few more times, but yeah, maybe once for the others. So to me, they're a mismatch in my mind. I can't tell you the plot or for any of the films, you know, but I can remember action set pieces and all this stuff. And honestly, that's what I'm here for, right? So all I know, this has got some sort of convoluted plot to it. It's you got estranged brothers, you got DNA activated devices, you got something to do with satellites, big magnets. I don't know. You know, these street racers have now become international agents, international spies, this sort of thing. You know, not only can they drive, they can, you know, they can do a wealth of other sort of things. So. You know, the story doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. I'm only here for the action set pieces. Right, I do have a lot of fun with these films. Now, I do moan in other reviews that the film hasn't got a story, blah, 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 blah. Right, in these, I know what I'm going into. I know what I'm turning up for, and I'm turning up for the spectacle, and that's it, right? End of story. I'm turning up for some great action set pieces that defy all laws of physics. And that's exactly what we get. So, like I said, we do see the return of Han in this one. He didn't die in a fiery explosion. He was saved by Kurt Russell by some unknown means. That's just, you know, disposed of. That question's disposed of in a throwaway line. You know, it's like that question's just dunked in that bin. But yeah, so I mean, I have to laugh when watching these films. They do make me laugh. When the film opens, you know, you find out that Kurt Russell's character has been involved in some some terrorist takeover of his plane. The plane's crashed, so they go to some jungle in the middle of nowhere. Even in there, you know, Dom's in his sports car in the middle of the jungle. Lovely flat roads for him to drive on. John Cena pops up. He's even in one driving around in the jungle. Right, so this is a sort of silliness that we have to put up with. But, you know, so I'm sitting there and I'm watching it and I'm laughing. These things make me laugh because it is so stupid, so damn silly. But like I said, that's what I'm here for. I can't say much about the plot because, you know, in my head it goes in one ear and out the other. It's like I'm watching the film halfway towards the end and I'm thinking, what's with the satellites? What they do? You know, what's the satellites for? What's satellite? I don't care what they're going to do because I'm here for the spectacle, right? This is like I switch my brain off. I'm literally not taking nothing in when I'm watching this film. I'm just watching it for the sheer stupidness of it. Now, Vin Diesel, he gives his best one-face performance throughout the entire film. Seriously, this guy's got one expression, right? He should go back to voicing characters. He's more apt to voicing things like Iron Giant and that. Vin Diesel, you know, yeah, he's Vin Diesel, isn't he? Come on, he ain't got much range, you know. Obviously, we don't see the return of Dwayne Johnson because him and Vin Diesel have a little, like, you know, yeah, they don't like each other. They're both very big ego individuals. I would probably be on Team Dwayne in this one. He's a far superior actor than Vin Diesel ever has been. But yeah. You know, but these films started reminding me of like Expendables on the road, sort of, you know, with the cast of people they get in, all the talent that they're bringing in to these films. It's quite amazing to see on screen. The effects in the film are wonderful. The action set pieces are amazing. Yes, the thing does take it into space. So you know, you get a car going up into space, but you know, you talk about it and you say, what stupidness, but it works for the film. It really works. I know this film has been criticised heavily and people say it's not as good as the others. I honestly can't remember because the others are just a jumble in my head. I couldn't tell you what, you know, in what episode you know, the plane was when they're on that, you know, million-mile long runway, or what episode they're being chased by a submarine. I don't know what episodes these are in the film series. I don't care. I was just here for the fun of it. And I got the fun out of it. You know, obviously John Cena is the villain, but then doesn't become the villain. The villain goes down to this other geezer and Charlize Theron. You know, you got this, you know, and that was inevitable because, you know, Dom always takes him in, even after Jason Statham's character had supposedly killed Han. He still took him in as family member at the end of one of the films, and he's at the barbecue and all that, having a drink like what they do. This is the sort of stuff you got to expect from these films. So I know what to expect. The film does end with a couple of teases. One, there's a car that drives up at the very end when they're at their barbecue because there's an empty seat at the table. I don't know what they're hinting at. I've maybe heard rumours that they're thinking about bringing Paul Walker's character back into it. Obviously, as you know, Paul Walker passed away in an accident of life imitating art, if ever I've seen one. Paul Walker, I've never been a fan of Paul Walker anyway. If they do bring him back, it's going to be a CGI version using his brothers and all this sort of stuff. I really hope they don't do that because it'll just, they'll go dated quickly, that sort of effect. But yeah, Paul Walker I'm not a big fan of. He was a very bland actor. So, to be honest, from my perspective, once he weren't able to be in the films anymore, I didn't have a problem with that. In fact, I think the film's probably improved because of that, from my my take on it. Yeah, not a Paul Walker fan. But there you go. So, yeah, so all in all, it's a ludicrous film. It is nonsensical, it's loud, it's brash, but it's a whole lot of fun. I have enjoyed these films, like I said, from about the fifth one onwards, more so, and the more ludicrous they get, the happier I seem to be with it. So yeah, that was my review on Fast and Furious. So I do give it a thumbs up. I didn't have a problem with it. I look forward to seeing the next one. I'm hoping they do Hobbs and Shaw 2. I don't know if they are going to do that or not. There are rumours that they are, but Vin Diesel says, I don't know what's going on. Anyway, so I'm getting away now. This is AJ. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell. Leave me a comment and I will get back to you. Thank you for your time. And have yourself a good day. Goodbye.